Over here we have, on this, what we used to call in the dark, there was a being that's incorporated this side of polarity called Lucifer. And that's just the Western expression of that name. All cultures, other cultures use different names, so it's not about a religious thing here. I'm just using terms that we are all familiar with. Lucifer is also known as the Great Dark Brotherhood. And is also known as the Council of Seven. I'll put a number there this time. All these names refer to the being you know as Lucifer. So whilst we have in every frequency spectrum the Council of Nine pretty much governing, it's flanked either side by two councils. On one side is the Council of Seven, and on this side of the ledger we have the being you know as Michael, or Archangel Michael, which is also known as the Great White Brotherhood. And also known as the Council of 12. Okay? So in every frequency you have the Council of Nine flanked either side by the Council of Seven and the Council of 12. It's not like here in this reality that we're in on planet Earth we have a set structure and then everything out there is all wishy-washy. It's not the case. It's not like that. There is organisation on every frequency spectrum throughout our creation here, throughout the universe. It needs to be that way. If you look out at Mother Nature, for example, and you think, my goodness, that's really quite chaotic, or the way a river runs down a stream, and it's called the chaos theory, the way the water just swirls everywhere, and you think there's no organisational to it. Well, no, in fact, on a higher level of understanding, that's perfectly organised. And every swirl goes in a certain way because it's supposed to, and every animal behaves in a certain way because that's the way it's been organised for it to do so. And that's fact. There's organisational structure on every level of existence and every frequency spectrum. And these are the beings and the organisers to run that. What you have here is, on two sides of polarity, they're both white light. What you call here the dark side doesn't mean blackness, okay? Lucifer, the name in itself, means the enlightened one, okay? The illuminated one, okay? What that represents is the energy of the light of knowledge. That is the expression of the white light of knowledge. There are two different kinds of white light that we're talking about here, alright? And this is a very, very critical understanding. The reason it's white light is because it's the entire spectrum. It contains all the information in there. All the colours together make up the white light. Alright? And for the beings that work with black light, they call it, they say, well, that contains all the spectrum in it. Well, black just doesn't reflect. It eats everything up. So it just doesn't reflect back the colours. That's why it has the whole entire spectrum in there, okay? Okay, now on this side of the ledger we have the energy of white light, which is a lot of the New Age movement refers to, and they call it the light of God and all that sort of stuff, is what's known as the white light of conditional love. So that's really important that we understand this. So here you have the white light of knowledge, and on this side of the spectrum we have the white light of conditional love. Conditions apply with that energy. Okay? They're the ones that say, these guys are evil. To be a Christed being, you're outside of that. When you're a Christed entity, you understand that the beings on this side of the ledger are just as loved and adored and important as all the beings on this side of the ledger. Now what you refer to as the energy of evil is something different. The majority of that energy, the vast majority of that energy exists below the fifth. There's a veil there. Okay? What that is what you term evil. It exists on both sides, and it is the misuse of the white light of knowledge and the misuse of the white light of conditional love. That is what we refer to as evil. Okay? So while you have... and I don't mean to be derogatory by this statement, but I need to make it. What we call the white lighters out there, who sit there blasting away all these entities with all this energy, you've got to understand what you're playing with there. It's no different to getting a gun in this reality and shooting that guy because you reckon he's evil, or taking that person out because you reckon that's a murderer or a rapist or whatever, and indiscriminately just walking around taking these people out. It's really important that this understanding comes forward, that you can't just go blasting all these things, other life forms, with all this energy. It's really important. You're creating a lot of karma for yourself in other realities. Okay? I'm not saying that applies to absolutely everybody, because some are spiritual warriors and they're here to perform that role for certain reasons. But when you come across these books that teach you how to use all this light, it's important that we do it with respect. And we give these energies a chance to, you say to them, you know, please go, I'm going to have to use this energy. And you give them the opportunity. And then you gently start introducing that energy. You don't just go, like double barrel shotgun in one go. It's just not right. You're dealing with life. It's just on another level. Okay? So it's a very important understanding that we have that. That's understanding duality, and understanding when you're above that, both are equal, no matter what. Okay? And that's what it means to be a Christed being, to have that complete understanding and respect it. So George Bush at the end of the day, I don't mean to pick on him, or let's go back in history, Adolf Hitler for example, you know, benevolent beings, they play a very, very important role. They created a scenario that we're supposed to learn from. Supposed to learn from. Okay?